Jill Scott orders a lemon drink?
Why not?
That would have been a good trivia question.
It would have?
It would have been a good trivia question. Does she look good? Does she look good? Once again, everybody, we're broadcasting live on the People's Station V103 and streaming live at v-103.com. If you're listening at home, again, let me say this, no flash photography. Don't videotape this. You can go online and see it later, okay? So we got that covered for y'all, all right? But again, doesn't she look fabulous?
Oh, that's nice. Thanks.
You know, this morning I said when she walked in the studio, it was like the whole place just smiled. Can you tell? Can y'all tell what I'm talking about now? Like, did I paint the picture this morning? She walked in and she just, look, smile. Look, see? Everybody smiles with you. Everybody, and you know what? She says that has been, you know, really emulating since she had the baby. How many moms are in the building that can understand what she's talking about? Let's talk about that real quick. We're live on the air. You're a new mother. Your son is 2 years old now. It's been a journey for 2 years. Now he's walking, getting into trouble. How do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
I absolutely love it. I'm a voyeur. I like to watch people. I typically catch the bus a lot in Philadelphia because I know where I'm getting off. But just to be able to watch him grow and be curious and discover so much is just so exciting to me. It's like the best job I've ever had. I love it.
Describe for us the first time you saw your son after he was born.
You want me to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the truth. The first time I saw him, I don't know if everybody in the room was crying, but I was on fire. And I just wanted somebody to come and put the fire out. I couldn't think. All I could think is I'm on fire and nobody seems to care at this moment.
What do you mean on fire? It's men in the house. I'm strictly man. I have no idea.
It's just fine. It takes a lot of effort and energy to push a baby out of your body, and all I could feel was fire. So I just wanted somebody to put the fire out. Put some cold water on it, get an extinguisher, do something and put the fire out. That's the only thing I could think about. Because everybody else was crying and I'm looking at them, but I'm on fire. So I don't even know how to bring it all in. But I do know he was born on April 20th at 4:20. For anybody who knows what April 20th is. At 4:20 I Got It Made by Special Ed.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. It was like, doo-doo, doo-doo. And there he was. He just came in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's such a hip-hop head.
I am.
Ain't she? You could tell you a Philly girl.
Yeah.
You know what? Somebody asked in one of the questions, when you're home in Philly, who has the best Philly cheesesteaks?
It's really the hood spots. It's around the way. You got to go to North Philly. You might have to duck a couple things, you know, but it's really the hood spots. Like the famous places, they're fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't have grease on the bag when you take the cheesesteak, it's not the right thing. It's too healthy. That's not a cheesesteak.
I love it. Okay, y'all ready to hear some music? So you talked about, you know, the birth of your son as being one of the, you know, most incredible things in your life, and you wrote this song on your album, the first cut called Blessed.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I had been in the studio with Vidal and Dre. Some of you may be familiar with them. They go back with me. I think they did a long walk years ago, 11 years ago. And I had been in the studio and I don't know, nothing was moving. Nothing was happening. So it was late. I knew I had to get up at 7:30 because that's what time the baby got up. So I went, you know, went in the booth. I was like, look, just hit record. And they hit record, and I said, this is the last take of the night. Understand it's kind of late. And then that's what happened, and we just recorded it all the way down as it was, and here it is. So blessed.
Bubby Love, can we get cut number one? Let's just hear this. Y'all ready? All right, give it up for Jill Scott, everybody. You know, did you guys, you know, for everybody listening at home, we're broadcasting live at a very secret location with Miss Jill Scott for her new album. And we're also streaming live online at v-103.com, and you can see the whole thing. Did you all notice when the song came on how she wanted to get up and dance? Like, isn't that what we missing in music today? Like, artists that are really having fun. Like, they're not all diva-fied, and they just come and, you know, just want to have fun, right? That's what why is that? Why do you still have that? It's been, what, 11 years, 10 years since the first album?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still are just having fun.
Well, it's supposed to be fun. You know,
Okay.
that's the thing. Like, you do something that you really love, and then, you know, finances come into play, can taint things. It can make things ugly. But this is music, and I don't know, I feel like it's in every pore of me. You know, I'm writing, acting, singing. It's what I do. So I don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to, you know, do it for money. You know, although I need money, and I appreciate you buying the album. Thank you very much, and not, you know, stealing and downloading it for free. I appreciate your support. But, you know, I just straight talk. I mean, I do, but. You know, I don't know. I love it too much to take it for granted, treat it mean.
When was the first time you performed in front of an audience and you said, this is for me?
It was in Philadelphia. I did a poetry reading, and I had been working as a poet for maybe about a year. $15 a gig. And,
how much?
$15 a gig.
$15 a gig.
It adds up if you run around and do 3 different poetry readings a night. You know, where it starts working a little bit.
Okay.
But I did a poetry reading, and instead of reading a poem that I had thought was going to write, I just got up and I started singing. I don't know why. I don't remember what happened during the course of the day.
Wow.
But I just sang, and the reaction when I looked at the audience, some people were holding their arms. Some people were holding their hands together. Some people were with their arms in the air. Some people were rocking. Some people were jumping up and down. It was just such an individual reaction. It wasn't, you know, it was so individual. I thought this moved people, you know.
What did you sing?
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't know. I don't even know why I sang. It just happened.
And then from there?
It felt good.
And then from there it happened.
After that, I started calling production companies, and nobody answered my phone calls for about 6 months. I had called Jazzy Jeff a lot, but he never answered or never returned the phone calls. And then he saw me on the street, and he was with a DJ named Rich Medina.
Yeah.
And he said, "Who is that?" He said, "That's Jill Scott." He said, "That's Jill Scott? She's been calling my phone like crazy." And the next day he called me, because Rich called me. He was like, "Yo, Jazzy Jeff," you know. So he called me, and I ended up staying in polyurethane in the lobby, because they had a lot of exposed wood. But I just figured anything that'll keep me in this environment, you know, I'll do. So, you know, I stained in polyurethane the lobby.
You stained?
And, yeah. I sanded it, and then I stained it, and then I polyurethaned it, and then I hummed the whole time.
Wow.
And almost died up in there because they didn't have proper ventilation. But I was in there, so.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah. They threw me a couple of tracks. And Is It the Way was one of them, and A Long Walk was another one.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that, y'all? I feel like, for anybody who's old enough, I feel like Casey Kasem, you know, back in the day, where Casey Kasem would say, when we come back, we're going to talk about someone who was polyurethaning wood before she was discovered. Who is that artist? Coming up next on V103. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're the People Station.